Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering Masters Madrid, and I'm here accompanied by Alex of PaperX, ahead of said competition. So, Alex, like I said before, thank you so much for taking the time. And another international event for you and this team. How's it been just waiting in Madrid with such a quite a tight schedule in terms of like scrims and practice and just preparation?
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of content for us to shoot this year, so we, just been taking it easy, just trying to make sure that we get the a good amount of practice in. It's been okay. I mean, I think the situation was a bit harder last year. I think a lot of ping problems in Japan, in America when we couldn't get scrims at all because all the Ascension teams had already finished playing. I think it's a lot better. It's start of the year. Everybody's practicing. Like I can find like in one hour you can find like 30 different teams trying to find scrims. So it's been very good for scrim situation.
Yeah, and one of the biggest difference, obviously, when it comes to looking at this Paper Rex team is, Monyet coming in for Jing and just him having to fit in with you guys and just how you guys have usually played with the W gaming and all that mantra and that's that kind of stuff. And how has it been, just fitting Monyet into the team from the start of this year up until now, through kickoff and stuff like that?
It's been okay. I mean, like in practice, it's been going well because Uh, he is a good player. It's just the only problem is comes during matches where I realize that he's under a lot of pressure. I think he's putting a bit too much pressure on himself. I know the pressure doesn't really come from the team because we are quite like easygoing people. So I've been trying to address that. I think everyone saw that he didn't have the easiest kickoff games. Like even all three games, it was a bit shaky. This is to be expected. I think I've said this before, but I think if he himself tries to say, okay, I need to replace Zing one for one, it's gonna end up really badly. So we've been trying to teach him to like understand that we want him to be his own player, and we will play and adapt to him rather than he adapts to us. So if we find that eventually that we want to change him from race to another agent, I think he's been more flexible. We will be able to be. I'm sure we'll be able to smoothly change our play style around a little bit.
And it's more so like just finding a balance between just having to have you guys be in the right state of mind and also just having Monier just play usually how he plays at a top level but also in a way that kind of fits in with what you guys already have like at your current level, right?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, we've been trying a lot of things. I think that he himself is trying too hard, and it's a difficult thing to teach someone that's like 18 years old. Like he he's trying to find himself. He's also trying to see where he stands in the world. Like this is his first international tournament, so his first opportunity to scrim with European teams, first opportunity to scrim in front. I mean, play on stage with a lot of like respectable teams. Understand like everyone here is super famous and it's a big tournament. So for him, we've been trying to just make sure that he can find his footing. I think that's the most important thing we can do.
Mhm. Do you feel that's kind of the biggest challenge that this team has had to face so far this season? Although, yes, I do say this with the understanding that we're like literally not even a month into this whole year.
Yeah. Right now, yes, for sure. But I mean, I think the real challenge is that our league has improved. I know people say that the APAC league, they think that the quality of games have dropped, but I think everyone has to remember that at the start of the season, it's always rough. Like nobody knows what anyone's doing. None of the franchise teams play each other, especially if there's a format of single elimination. Right? So you can't risk like playing each other and giving each other information. So when we actually step into the server in a match, nobody knows what's going to happen. It could be really, really clean, really, really rough. Like for example, I think Genji beating us is a great thing. Like I think it allows us to understand that there's still more to do in our league, and we will try our best to work. It's a long season. We're going to try our best to make sure that we can be ready for it, and there
Yeah.
will be many many different challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sorry for slightly cutting you off right
No,
there,
no,
but
no, no, no.
yeah, yeah, you mentioned Gen G, and it's a testament to how, as you said, the level of uh the Pacific League has grown compared to how it was back then. Because of course, you guys sort of just dominated for the most part of 2023 in Pacific, and yeah, talking about just the level of Pacific and the fact that you and Genji are representing the region, where do you see the current level of Pacific compared to the other regions of the world, as in Americas, EMEA, and China?
I honestly really don't know. Like I play we played 3 games, and then one of the teams we played a rematch. So I went to get here. I played 2 different teams, and I, I don't know. I don't know. I guess time will tell. But I think after split one, you have a clearer picture of what's going on. But I believe that every region has gotten better simply because it's the second season, and in franchise everybody kind of knows what they're going for. I think there's a bit of direction in terms of like picking up players. So most organizations will be like, okay, they want to be aggressive, they want to win the title. They're searching for the best players around. So I just believe that the level of Valorant this year is going to be higher than last year, and hopefully that Pacific stands on top. We can try and win something this year.
Of course, that's the name of the game. And yeah, I want to pivot now towards sort of just looking at the current meta for this year, and it's been one that has been mentioned many a times in my previous interviews covering recent Team Americas about how there's an emphasis on flexibility and looking at Paper X. Already, you have some players that have already flexed their flexibility, pun intended. Of course, one of the big examples is Forsaken, and I want to know how has it been just trying to lead this team in this current meta, trying to just be more flexible as it already is, or maybe just sort of having to tweak what has already been for the team in terms of play style. How has that kind of dynamic been for you?
I mean, I feel that like in general, I welcome. I mean, us in paper, we welcome any change, nerf or buff, new agents. Like it's. I think that's where we really love the competition. It's like it's like arms race, right? Who can like figure it out fastest. We like it. We really like to push ourselves creatively. Um, Most of the time, at the start of the year, it's been like this since 2021. We overdo it, and I think like this tournament possibly we might have like overcooked some stuff, so we probably need to readjust. But yeah, what is like to lead a team this year? I think it's fun. I think we have a lot of opportunity to grow as players. I think there's chances for everyone to try new roles. I think Mindfreak has been trying to like pick up some new agents as well. Just to see where he likes it and just to see whether he can grow in understanding, like just improve his game IQ a little bit. We did that the whole of off season. All of us were switching roles around just to make sure that we understand better. And then now we're trying to like come back to the norm. With regards to the meta, I'm probably the wrong person to ask because whatever we believe the meta is, usually we go opposite direction. So I mean, we need some time. I think by the end of split one or something, there'll be something more concrete, and then we can play around it. We can break some rules. But for now, I think we're gonna sit and observe, and we're just gonna work on ourselves. And yeah, we'll work on our flexibility. We have a flexible team.
Yeah, now looking towards the team's participation in Masters. Your first match is against EDG, and so this is going to be sort of a two-parter. First, it's
Mhm.
just your thoughts on just EDG, and as an opponent, and also for the second one, you know, given the fact that there's plenty of expectations for PRX, given its pedigree in the past and even now at the present. How do you view the people's expectations for this team to finally get an international trophy?
So for the first part, I honestly think actually EDG probably had the roughest off season. I think everyone knows this. I think they're kind of burnt out still, in my opinion. Um, I think the players used to look a lot more energetic coming to these events, and I think they're tired. It is to be expected, that considering the season they had, anyone would be. They went to every final in essentially. I think they won everything, so they basically played for like 3 months straight while everyone else was taking breaks. It's a double-edged sword, right? I think they will come in playing against us very ready. But also like like these kind of things it drains you after a while. So for me, I hope that they get sufficient rest eventually. Um, I think they're in good shape. No matter what anyone says, it's very
Mhm.
very hard to play well in domestic leagues. It's for Pacific and for Europe and America is a little bit different, right? Than compared to China. In Pacific, we play against people from different. We are from Southeast Asia, and we play different regions. So everyone plays a bit differently. Whereas when you're in China, everyone is Chinese. And they have a specific play style. And I think domestic matchups are usually a lot of adjustments, a lot of you play different because it's just like the guy that you're playing against, they know you so well, and EDG is the one that has the target on their backs, right? They've never lost in China for a long, long time, I think. Maybe even never in the franchise era, I guess, so to
Mhm.
speak. So for them, everyone wants to be them. They're the most under the microscope. They have to adjust every game, and that's very hard. Whereas when they come to an international event, they're going to be way more comfortable, in my opinion. So I think it's going to be a very difficult game for us, considering that I don't think we're in the best form either. As regards to expectations, I think strangely enough, it feels like we're back in Berlin 2022. I think that was the year. It feels like there are a lot of new teams. Sentinel's back on top. There's an unknown European team in Coming Corp that's gonna turn heads. Sort of like what Gambit did in last Berlin Masters.
Mhm.
Um, I think it's nice. Once to be, especially for this tournament, to be more like the underdogs. Sometimes I think last year we let pressure get to us a lot. We couldn't really play our A game all the time, and it's very very stressful. But yeah, I think having lower expectations for us this Masters is going to be good for us, regardless. And for the rest of the season, again, we're the type of team that warms up really, really slowly. It takes a while for us to get into the groove. So I'm hoping by the end of split one, split two, we're going to be back to our best.
And I'm hoping that also in Masters Madrid, PRX can also do another good performance
We'll
from
try.
here and also for the future, of course. Alex, thank you so much for taking the time and doing this interview. Really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Best of luck to you and the rest of the team.
Thank you. Thank you.